All right, today we're going for a test drive in a 2023 Tesla Model S, and this thing is pretty wicked. Now, this is the Tesla key that you get to start your car. That's unlocking it. I love how the door handles pop open like that, much better than on the Model Y and the Model 3. Much more aggressive looking front end. This car is much longer than the Model 3. We still have aerodynamic wheels, and we still have a frunk. And the frunk is pretty decent. I mean, it's about the same size as the Model 3. One thing I like with Tesla is it looks like they give you the adapter, so you can use Tesla chargers or you can use the other universal chargers right off from the start. Tesla has definitely got the charging system down. The network and everything is there for you compared to any other one, and now you can use what everybody else can use plus Teslas. So I don't think anybody is rivaling Tesla as far as electric plug-in availability, because in order to use the Tesla network you have to have a Tesla, but in order to use all the other networks you don't have to have anything. So that therefore they just have access to all of them, and it can't get any better than that. So yeah, big aerodynamic wheels. I love how they have the cameras on the side. I love how we have this very large glass panoramic sunroof here, cameras on the side here, cameras at the front there. There's cameras everywhere on this car. I don't think it has charging on both sides. It's only on the driver's side. Full power tailgate. It is a hatch compared to a trunk on the Model 3. Much larger, privacy cover, ton of amount of storage down here as well. So like cargo room is pretty incredible on these cars. And then there is 2 release buttons here for the back seats, but they don't drop all the way. Push that. Sitting into the back seat, we have lots of leg room. Wow, we have a full display screen for the temperature back here. The seat is very bucketed. It's basically holding me in place. No center armrest though. I love this panoramic glass sunroof. All right, let's hop in the driver's seat. Now, the interior on the Model S is upgraded. I very much like this. Take your key, put it there in order to start it, foot on the brake, and now the car's on. There's no button to turn the car on or anything. There's no Mercedes style transmission toggle. Right here is how you put it into forward, put it into reverse, or I guess drive, and then tap for park. And then you also don't have a turn signal stick anymore. It's on the steering wheel. Right here is pretty cool. Still have to use the infotainment system to go through and adjust everything, but we also have a gauge cluster. That was my biggest complaint on the Model 3 and the Model Y. There's no gauge cluster. The interior leather, so much nicer, which is to be expected because the car is twice as expensive, if not more. Pretty plush seats. I think they're a little bit more plush on the Model 3 than on the Model S here. Storage space there, storage space here. Push that away, deeper storage. Comes out for the cup holders, and then there's a place to put your phone there. And then I feel like there's park, reverse, drive, but we are in drive and this is not lighting up. So like, what's the point of down here if it's not lighting up? Now let's get on the road and go for a drive. We're gonna head over to the highway. We're gonna get a feel for it. There's nobody behind me. We're just gonna come to a stop. We're gonna do a full acceleration here. It's pretty chill. Pretty chill, just slowly getting up, but we were in chill mode. So you click the car button down here. We go into, where is it? Controls, pedals and steering, acceleration, insane mode, sport mode, chill mode. We were in chill mode. There's a drag strip mode. We're not gonna be launching or anything like that. Steering mode. So we're gonna go to sport and standard now. Let's come to a complete stop again. Accelerate forward. Oh, much more instant. Much more instant. Okay, that was the acceleration that I've been experiencing in other electric cars, kind of putting your stomach into your mouth. And then there's even an insane mode on top of that as well, which is going to be pretty intense. I love the fact that there's a gauge cluster. I love the fact that my speed is now in the gauge cluster versus on the Model 3, it's over there. It's kind of meh. No head-up display, but the gauge cluster is very nice, and it's very well done, and we have navigation on the side. We're gonna go into insane mode on the Tesla Model S. Here we go. Holy. Wow. That was like intense. Shuddering because of like, just like trying to hold on to that power. That was pretty awesome. Now, of course, you're not gonna get the maximum range when you're in insane mode, but I mean, when you're in insane mode, you're insane, so who cares? We're gonna take a left here. We're gonna head out over to the highway, and we'll do a little bit of city driving on our way back. I do want to test out the navigation here. Where is it trying to navigate us to? How do we change our navigation point? What trip was this? I didn't set that trip. So let's navigate. The one thing, oh, it's so hard to get used to is the turn signal. I had to click on the steering wheel for my turn signal, which is cool. But this is the only car I've ever driven that didn't have a turn signal stock. So it's very odd, a little hard to get used to right away for just on a test drive. I like how while we're driving, we can still type in. No restrictions there. Man, this turn signal stick, hard to get used to. There's a button for the wipers. Wow, press and hold that and our wipers come out. Man, that suspension was really stiff over there, but the Model S does allow you to actually customize the suspension. You can set the ride height on the fly. Adaptive suspension, right now we're in sport, there's advanced, and you can actually set the soft and firmness. Right now we have it all set in soft, and that's how I want it. Acceleration, oh my god, it's actually insane. It feels like I'm on a roller coaster with the amount of acceleration that I'm getting there. This turn signal stick keeps getting me. Now I'm sure you guys are wondering about the autopilot system. Now I have confirmed this car does not have the autopilot full system. We have auto steer. So it's not full autopilot, but let's turn it on if we can. Can we turn it on? I don't know how to turn it on. I would imagine it'd be this button, but it doesn't seem. And even the horn, you don't press here, you have to press this button for the horn. That's interesting. But I can't seem to get the cruise control. No matter how many times I tap it, no matter what I do, it doesn't seem to want to activate. So no autopilot for us, but even then they told me it doesn't have the full autopilot. This one has auto steer, $7,000 option, and the full one is a $16,000 option, or $19,000 or something. Have to be on park to turn some of them on. Oh well, just enjoy this. Very smooth ride, very comfortable, and this is what you get when you're spending over $120,000 in Canadian. 2 pads for your phones, hide that cover completely. It's a little hard to read the navigation, like what's my arrival time, and then I find it lighted out gray down there. The fact that it shows you everything on the gauge cluster, all the cars around you, I find very impressive. The fact that it also shows you pylons and everything is very impressive. How fast it accelerates is impressive. Oh my gosh. And the brakes are there to back you up. So don't worry, if you get accelerating too fast, the brakes are there. I like how every time you put on the turn signal, the camera pops up for you. That's awesome. I would really love to know how I activate this cruise control. Even just normal cruise control would be nice, but at least you know it's radar sensing cruise control, even without full autopilot. I like the darkened wood trim on this one. I don't know why, but there's like black screen there, but I'm vibing that. I like it. Love the massive panoramic sunroof. Love the Alcantara roof liner. Kind of the fabric on the door panel here. This is a very, very nice car. Basically the upgraded Model 3, and I very like that. The gauge cluster I think is the biggest up for me. Steering wheel is a nice upgrade. Don't understand the cruise control. Turn signals are a little funky, a little hard to get used to, but I guess once you drive the car after like a week or two, you get used to it. No, it's no problem. This insane mode is absolutely insane though. That blind spot camera, that is something else other manufacturers need to take note of. Cool sound there. Propulsion sound, as Ford likes to say. The auto regen braking, the slowdown, doesn't seem to be as strong on the Model S as I was experiencing on the Model 3 and the Model Y. Play around with some of the other settings. We're in steering and pedals. I think insane mode is a little much. Sport mode might be a nice one to be in. Suspension, the fact that you can customize that or leave it on auto is fantastic. Charging, autopilot, still no idea how to turn this on. Where are we gonna go? Okay. I did something there and this button still doesn't work, so I have no idea. No idea. Ah, that's the horn button, my bad. Locks, key cards, child lock, lights, display, trips, navigation, safety, Sentry mode, lots of safety. A pin to drive, that's pretty cool. A glove box pin. Oh yeah, how do you open up the glove box? No idea. Service, software updates, tire pressure sensors. It's got quite a lot. And then you also have this, tap this, and you have all of these different options. I think my left seat is being cooled right now, is on ventilated seats. It's coming up blue. Oh yeah, cool or heated? No, we want cooled. For sure, we definitely want cooled. Very much been enjoying that. And there's like games, stream, you have the stream on here. Boombox. The fact that you can replace the horn is crazy. Horn sound, replace horn. That's the, oh, replacing horn. The other one was the turn signal. How do you adjust the turn signal? I know it's possible, but I don't know how. There's just so much technology. It takes you a while to get used to it. The transmission controller is interesting there, putting it in drive versus park. Oh, I'm blown away. It's an incredible car. You guys should definitely buy one if you're interested. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys like or think about this Model S. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoyed this virtual test drive. Find there a good way to get a realistic vibe of what these cars are like without the fancy production quality or fancy scripted lines and everything like that. So if you guys appreciate this, please smash the like button. It helps me out with YouTube's algorithm. Consider subscribing for future POVs. Let me know what cars you want to see. Let me know what you guys think about the Model S in the comments down below. Would you guys pay the price tag that this car has in order to drive this? I mean, it's definitely nice. I don't know if it's worth that much of an increase over the Model 3. But, I mean, if you got the money for it, it's definitely a consideration. Would I want this over something like a BMW M850 Grand Coupe? Probably not. So that car is just another level with everything, drive and stuff. But maybe if you're on the techie side with electricity. What's a colorizer? Like, what does this do? What is this? Customize green the car, but the car is a blue car. Why would you want to change the color of it? But I don't know. A light show, schedule show from the outside, megaphone. What is that even? Well, that was a good time to do it. I felt bad though. Maybe there was a noise on the outside. There's a megaphone. Can we megaphone speak? It's crazy how there's absolutely nothing here. Every other car, you have so many light control switches there. You just press the light to turn it on. It's cool. We're in sport mode. That's... Even the sport mode acceleration, like, that is wicked fast. I think the regen braking is more in the sport mode than it was in the insane mode. So maybe insane mode would, like, let you stay on the power. the fact that it finds all the cars around you and lets you know all the time is very nice. The fact that I can't get the cruise control to turn on, not very nice. Oh wait, there we go. You have to click down, not on the actual button, and we get the Rainbow Road. It's not full autopilot though, it's just steering assist. So I think I still need to keep my hands on the steering wheel, or maybe it's only cruise control and it's not going to be like turning me down streets or anything like that. It's just like lane centering. I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. It's just active cruise control with lane centering. And then if you want to get the full automatic drive, you have to get that full autopilot system. But she said that they took them off all the test drive cars because it freaked too many people out. But I mean, hey, just like in the last car I drove, turn the systems off, and then if the person can figure out how to turn them on, they're not going to get freaked out by it. So, it is what it is. This is very cool. I love the fact that Tesla has this Rainbow Road. Will it change lanes for me? Yes, yes it is. Is it going to turn the corner for me with the navigation? No. But that Model Y did that, and that was unbelievable. All right, I am almost back at the dealership. I don't have too much else for you guys. You guys seen all the coolest parts of this car. Like I said before, please smash the like button. It helps me out so much with YouTube's algorithm, and drop a comment down below. And if you guys are interested in Tesla, well, I don't really have a dealership to recommend because I did a little bit different this time than normally going in. Tesla makes it pretty easy, so if you want to test drive one, I mean, all you have to do is go on their website, book a demo drive. Pretty much been no questions asked. They just like, hey, you want to drive all 4 of them? Okay, that's odd, but here you go. Keys one after another. No asking on price, no asking on affordability, no going through anything like that. It's just you booked a test drive, boom, it's simple. I gotta give it to Tesla. That's one thing consumer-wise, super nice compared to other dealerships, and I even work in the automotive industry. So yeah, that's a super plus. It was super easy to do that for these videos. So yeah, just go to your local Tesla, you know, go buy a Tesla if you want. I don't know. Hope this video helps out. Peace out.